1,000 likes because that's all I can ask for. Let's continue from where we left off in the last video. And who's supposed to remember what I had in my last video? Whatever. So the first clip is coming from an old TV ghost show where they used to respect the reality of haunted places, and the narrator is so cool girls lose their virginity over his voice. The show is so old Photoshop used to take a minute to load a single image on a strong PC. But I'm not just mentioning Photoshop for nothing, because two guys heard about this haunted castle and decided to investigate it on their own. The two entered and one of them immediately started smelling some flower-like smell. Maybe his friend have a unique kind of farts, but they managed to capture a couple of pictures that later on freaked them out. They took those photos to a photo expert who couldn't find an explanation, which led them to a graphic professional who was able to reveal the mystery. Enjoy.
This weird tale begins with these two men, Guy Winters and Terry Lambert. For years, Guy and Terry have heard rumors about a haunted mansion on the outskirts of town.
People would see a ghost of a female, an apparition that would drift down the lane that led to this old house.
Intrigued, the men decide to investigate the deserted house with their own cameras. This is the actual videotape from that unforgettable night.
It was probably around midnight. The storm was going, lightning crashing.
Lightning like I've never seen. It was like dripping plastic out of the sky. Really strange.
And in the clump of trees there was this big two-story old brick mansion, abandoned, kind of dilapidated looking.
Unaware of what awaits them, Guy and Terry go inside.
Everything throwing shadows through the house, so it was pretty eerie. And basically we took a series of pictures all through the house, upstairs, downstairs, stairwells.
Terry claims that he then ventured back outside to take more photos.
I took a series of 3 pictures of an upstairs window. And after I took that series of pictures, I went around to the back of the home and I took a picture of a doorway.
Still in the house, Guy continues his investigation, but suddenly he feels that he's no longer alone.
I felt this presence come over me, and the smell was like sulfur and roses. Real strong smell.
You hear that? Heartbeat. Pump, 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 pump.
And this heartbeat was in my head, but it wasn't my own heartbeat. I really felt like I was dying. This feeling of anxiety was just overwhelming. And I was afraid I wasn't going to make it out of there.
Guy and Terry run from the house, afraid to stop until they reach the safety of their van. But this ghost story is far from over. When Terry develops the film from his still camera, he's shocked by what he sees. 3 consecutive pictures of what appears to be a woman glowing in a pink light floating in the second-story window. Another pink shape is captured at the back door.
Pretty much, it blew me away, I have to say. I've never seen anything like that on film.
Could this be the ghost of Greencastle, or merely a photographic abnormality? To find out, Guy and Terry showed the pictures to their friend, photo expert Mick Orman.
All I can tell you is that what is in the picture came from the negatives. It's very interesting and a little unnerving.
Next, these mysterious images were analyzed by computer graphics expert Sean Dempsey. It's during Sean's high-tech examination that the photograph reveals another startling secret.
And then I tried something called bas relief, which basically takes the light and dark parts of the picture and emphasizes them. And I got the creepiest thing from this one photo. Her face, and I don't know how else to describe it, but that to me just looks like a skull. I've got to be honest, it's either a real photo of a ghost or it was done with a photographic technique that I don't know about.
With experts at a loss for answers, Guy and Terry have their own theory. They now believe they photographed a real ghost. But if this is true, then whose spirit is it? Guy believes that the Pink Lady is a woman who lived and died here in the early 20th century. Her name, Irene O'Hare, the same name that they found scratched under one of the bedroom walls. Guy and Terry make more trips to the mansion, but the ghost of Greencastle does not reappear. However, the men capture two other images that are just as difficult to explain. The first is this photograph of what appears to be a woman in a flowing gown. Due to her intense color, she is known as the Gold Ghost. The second strange event occurs while Guy takes pictures of the mansion. Suddenly, three cloud-like shapes fly by. Is this merely fog or some type of mist? If so, it would need a strong breeze to travel this fast, but Guy's clothes and hair never move, indicating that no wind is blowing. Unfortunately, these and other questions may never be answered, because the mansion was destroyed to make way for this cornfield. But the memories of the Greencastle mansion live on with Guy and Terry, who may have done the unthinkable, capturing images of visitors from the other side.
I think one of them have some stomach issues. First his farts smell like flour, then he blew it like a windy cloud. This next guy lives in his house. What an interesting beginning for an introduction. I also thought he lives somewhere on the streets. Let's continue. I shared some of his clips before. This time around we find out that some shadow figure lives in his bathroom. I don't think we can even call him a shadow figure since he is white. And the closet doors are shaking. That's it. What a lost cause. That bathroom is so neat I can stay in it for years to come. And I'm not even over-exaggerating. That was my first impression when I first looked at it. A guy who lives with his grandpa has a secret partner. By the way, I'm not sure if that guy is his grandpa or his papa. Let's talk about encounters. Imagine entering your own house scared and then running out like a coward. Okay, now imagine this. You're sleeping then waking up for no reason just to get dragged away from your bed. My wife does this every day to me, and I'm not even married. Heck, I don't even have a bed. There is also some noise coming out of nowhere, and you're good to go.
Hey, you noticed moving that the last couple of weeks?
And put it beside my bed in my room.
Can you show me it?
Sure.
I've been reading some of the comments and they're saying that the spoon is like the devil's handwriting, and I'm just thinking maybe the spoon is linked to all these weird events.
Oh no. It's a crazy dream, that's for sure. It's right here next to, well, those clothes, they got it there.
What the hell?
Am I the only one who couldn't understand a word that older man was saying? And this bed guy, he is a future stuntman success project. When you investigate a haunted house, there is a limit for the amount of paranormal encounters that can face you. Now take that shit and throw it in your trash for the next one, because it's really ridiculous. Like, I can stand the cabinet drawer opening on its own. Mine does it every Sunday after lunch. And I can swallow the heavy footsteps. It used to be a routine for me in my old house. And maybe if I smoke enough shit, I can take some invisible entity pushing the flashlight off of your hand. But a deck drawing scratched on a mirror, and then hanging you from the ceiling, almost finishing you. Only I used to get bullied like that, or much more like this.
Резко свет, все, батарея разряжена.
I know this was overkill, even a child would not believe this, but at least it was entertaining and creepy at the same time, and I couldn't find a better one to close the list this week. So here you have it, but don't forget, a subscribe for a secret gift.